Hello you, are you well? As you can see, I'm holding in my chubby hairy hands two empty Hubba Bubba containers. I was going to make some sort of mech walker with them, but then realised somebody had already done that on YouTube. So I thought long and hard and thought, well, I won't make a spaceship, I'm going to make a couple of drones. Sort of like Huey and Dewey from Silent Running, but my own sort of version. So the first bit is to get all this sticky tape off. I'm just going to use my spudger, it comes in handy. And yeah, so once I've got all this off, you know what that means, let's start scratching that build. And if you don't know the reference from Silent Running about the two droids, then Christ, I am old. So the original plan was to stick them two together and get some random bits from old different things that I've not made yet and make it into some sort of war machine. But then realised that at least two YouTubers had done that already, so I thought, nah, that's not going to happen. So then I had this cunning plan. I don't have many, but when I do, it happens. These are pop bots. Total random things that I found in the local cheap shop. I've tried to go on the website to see about them, and the website doesn't exist, so I don't think these toys exist anymore. But they're great fun because all these little parts, these little arms and legs, all come off and you can change them around and change all their arms and legs. So what I'm doing here is I'm just gonna, because there's a bit of sort of like a deviation on the top bit, if that makes sense. I'm just going to chop all this off just to make it sort of level, and then I can stick that to the bottom of the Hubba Bubba container. These little robots have more holes in them than Bruce Wayne's parents. So you can just move the legs around, the arms around, and put various different bits and pieces in them. But for now, I'm just going to swap this around and just put it like that. So there's the two legs there, and so they're going to kind of look like crabs, and the good kind, not the bad kind of crabs. Moving on, this is another one of these pop bop things, and you get a little baby in them. Total random, I know. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to glue this together. I'm going to address that bit with the seam later on because it's kind of not loose, but if you apply any pressure then the thing might pop open, so I'll probably put some styrene in there just later on. But for now I'm just going to glue that to the base just to see if it actually stands and looks okay. So I'm just going to give it a quick spritz with my glue activator just to make sure it's going to stick to this. I tried to sand as much as I could on the plastic. It's that shiny plastic that takes a lot of sanding, but finally works. Now I'm just going to take the arms off and kind of work out where I'm going to position these things. And I reckon sort of there. I'm going to use the world's worst Dremel now. We all know how bad this is. I will try and save up and buy a better one, but unfortunately I'm still not making any money from YouTube, so for now I'm just going to have to use the world's worst Dremel. Now I don't want to try and glue the arms in, I want to try and get it as tight as possible, just so I can get the arms in. Sorry, I was just thinking of a joke then, but I'm going to keep it clean. Just pop the arms in and so they can move around a little bit. Maybe I should do an unclean version, like an 18 version video edit of this build, and stick it up on my Patreon page so you could hear what I actually wanted to say. Until then, I'm going to work out where these, well, they kind of look like eyes, are going to go. So I'm just going to make two little holes. I'm going to have to glue them in, unfortunately, because I made the holes too big. And while you see a grown man try to make a hole, just reminder just that I Appreciate all your support, and keep liking the videos, keep subscribing. Obviously if you're a subscriber you can't subscribe or resubscribe, but you know what I mean. Apparently if you keep liking the videos, then it helps with the algorithm. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just addressing that seam along the top of the Hubba Bubba container. So I'm just going to get some thin styrene, chop that down, and then glue it on just to give it a bit of strength along the seam. And while you see me glue this down, I'm putting a shout out to anybody. Does anybody know where I can get Final Faction figures from? Because here over in Ireland they're kind of difficult to get. Well, non-existent. Hence that's why I'm giving a shout out. Let me know in the comments or send me an email. Now what I'm going to use here is the chipping medium. I've never had any proper success with it, but I'm going to try and do it properly this time. So what you do is you just put the chipping medium all around the edges where you think it's going to be chipped, and then let it dry, and then paint over it. So I'm just going to paint over this, as you can see, just going to keep it a nice easy colour. And then for the eye bit, which I thought this looked like an eye, I'm just going to paint that and the side vents a different colour. And here's another question for you that you can leave in the comments. Do you guys prefer more spaceships or spaceships and robots? Because the stuff that I like to make, you guys don't watch. So I might as well just pander to your needs and just keep building stuff that you want me to build. So leave comments telling me what you want me to build next. So once I painted the eye, then it was onto the little grooves in the Hubba Bubba container. And look at this, this is me being all professional and taking my time instead of being slapdash. I also decided to repaint the arms and legs of the robot, just to give it some sort of like colour coordination. So just did this, kind of like a stippling effect, just to leave some like it's chip paint underneath. So that's what I did. Let it all dry, and then I broke out the colour purple for the second robot, because purple doesn't seem to be as popular colour as it should be. Kind of like purple, as Prince once sang, Purple Rain and all that malarkey. I don't understand, I'm just making that bit up. And once all the paint had dried, I decided to break out the transfer sheet just to give these two robots numbers. And for all you conspiracy theorist people out there, total random numbers. These numbers don't mean anything. They're not for my bank account or my phone number or anything like that, or even my house number. These are just total random numbers. Or are they? So once I found the random numbers I needed, I just let them soak for a good 10 minutes in some water, and then swiftly threw them onto the actual robot. And I know there's people out there that do this all the time, and they'll be turning in their swivel chairs going, oh my god, what is he doing? But this is how I put transfers on. It's my gift, it's my curse. But mainly I'm totally useless at putting transfers on, and I know this is the incorrect way, but it's the way that I do it. Now everything had dried, I'm just going to use a Q-tip with a little bit of water and just slowly rub away at this chipping medium, and hopefully there will be chips underneath. And you know what, it actually worked. I was so happy with myself. So having followed the instructions properly instead of my slapdash way of doing things, you just keep doing this and the paint slowly comes off. It's just remembering where you actually put this chipping medium. So I'll just randomly start going around the whole robot just to see where this chipping medium is. But you'll be able to see, there we go, can you see there that around the edges there's some light chipping, which is exactly what I was looking for. And that leads us nicely to the glamour shots. So thank you very much for watching. Please like, subscribe and share. Don't forget, check out the Patreon page, it's cheap and cheerful. But until next time, keep scratching that build everybody. Thanks for watching.